Stonkaholics. I'm excited to be here, show you guys everything that we know, and we're all here to make money together, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is create your TradingView account. This is going to be basically where you do everything in terms of your trading. They have the best platform, the best charts, the best indicators. This is pretty much where I do 95% of my chart work, and then I'll go to my broker pages and actually do my trades when that time comes. So after you make your account, the first thing you want to do is go to charts, click charts. You'll probably have a nice list here on the side already. You just want to go through and exit those out and add 4 or 5 of the top coins or stocks or whatever you want to look at, whatever you're interested in. You don't want to choose more than 5 from the beginning because you don't want to be overwhelmed. That's how you lose money. So let's dive into TradingView. Now, normally when you guys first get to the chart, it's going to look like this. Where it changes that, you right click on the graph, click the color theme, click dark, and this is usually where I like to stay. If you're still showing lines, you want to come up to the top here and make sure that you click candles. So when I come to a chart, the first thing I always do is map out major support and resistance levels. So for that, we will come here to the top. You want to grab a horizontal ray. I like to use the color blue for these, and we will start with support. So essentially support means in any area where the price bounces down and comes back up. So right here would be a nice area of interest for a support. Slide this down over to here so it covers the whole chart. Another good support would be right here for this grouping. Now as we move up the chart, we have support here. And finally we'll put a support line here around this area. So you can see a lot of these support areas that I put, they also act as resistance. So what I mean by support is how it bounces. It'll come up, it breaks the support, finds new support down here, tries to come down, comes back up, doesn't like it, comes down. Now down here becomes a new support region. Bam, we can even put it here, it's probably a better spot. You want to make sure that the candles completely close over under a support or resistance area. That's a very big thing too. So now you want to see this come up. It hits this resistance point, comes back down, comes to the major support area, wants to come back up, hits resistance, finally finds room to break resistance. Now this area starts to turn into a support area, pushes up, breaks it over. You have a new resistance area that builds here. And you can kind of see as we follow down this chart, a lot of these areas stay consistent through history just because the charts love to repeat themselves. We'll add another line right here because this area all the way across looks pretty interesting. Now you have a basic channel of areas where it would go. For example, if price wanted to drop from this point, it can come here first, maybe find support. If not, it's going to have to break each one of these potential supports on the way down in order to find a support. And I guess you can also add one on the tops. As we get closer to where the trend is actually going, there's a resistance area here. And I typically like to put one at the top and one at the top of the candles to know where the all-time high on a recent push would be. And essentially this is how I would map out my graph. The reason why we like to go over these support and resistance areas is because this is how I like to go about my favorite trading method, which is called the sideways channel. So essentially the sideways channel is anything that would be sitting within these lines that stays congruent in grouping for a certain area. There we go. So when I'm looking at this, I would put my consolidation area from this point to this point. Now, right in this channel, eventually you get a breakout from this channel. A lot of people, in their first mistake, is that they want to jump in right here when they first see the candle breaking. That's not what you want to do. You want to wait for that price to retrace a little bit and make sure it does not go back into the sideways channel. Now, while I have you here, I also want to take a look at the other sides of Stonkaholics. So, for example, our website. Diving a little deeper, we have a trading academy that's free, that essentially covers every single basic that you would need, from candlesticks to psychology all the way to trend lines and candlestick patterns, breakout patterns. This is all free information that'll help you grow. We're currently building our paid academy, which will have all the advanced techniques, sniper entries and exits, and pretty much the extra ways to make a lot of money. And last but not least, here's a quick look at our Discord group. You can kind of see we have a nice breakdown of things in here. Alright guys, that about wraps up our support and resistance video. Hope you enjoyed it and it helps a little bit. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section below.